all, Alex here with the Wisconsin Computer Club. Welcome back to the shop. And tonight I want to talk a little bit about Midwest Gaming Classic and to share all my pictures I took. Midwest Gaming Classic is, for the unaware or unfamiliar, it is a huge retro gaming event in Milwaukee. It is a pinball-focused event, but pretty much everything else is welcome, and there is a ton of people who are doing all kinds of things there. There was everything from tabletop roleplay to air hockey to chess to retro video games to modern video games to pinball, arcade, and rock climbing. And I mean, the cell phone carriers came in. There was a Tesla Cybertruck. It was strange. There was everything you could imagine was there on the floor in some capacity. For about half the people there, it's an opportunity to come and play all kinds of games you would not otherwise have a chance to do so. And I'd say for the other half, it is a chance to shop at all the major video game retro vendors across the region, because I think all the major players had a booth there. It was kind of crazy to see. And there was a lot of really cool, really rare, really unusual stuff there for sale. And that was very cool to see live. So anyway, I guess I'll break down the event as I saw it. Going on over there, it was kind of a mess because Milwaukee is under constant construction, and it just so happened that a big chunk of the area around the convention center was torn up, but you know, it's how it goes. But we got in there, and it was a really nice space. They had the power already figured out. All the tables were really well aligned and set up. And I was in a section run by Mr. Lee, who is an alumni of the Vintage Computer Festival circuit. And so he had all of his stuff pretty well lined up, and we were able to kind of synergize very quickly there. And he had a beautiful setup there. And so we were able to kind of slide right in there, and it was a good kind of yin-yang sort of thing there. Likewise, next door we have the actual, like, the retro video game museum. These are where mostly the consoles live, all the newer stuff. And by newer, I mean about 1985 going forward. And this includes all the TurboGrafx stuff. There was Laser Active. There was a lot of, like, CD-based stuff that was kind of unusual. There was Japanese stuff involved. They had like a Sharp 68000 was there. They had a lot of Jaguar stuff. It was just a really cool show that way. There were a lot of really neat systems there. So if you were looking for something odd and obscure, odds are good you were going to find it there to play with and experience. And that was a pretty cool thing to see. Likewise, all the major, like, pinball companies, as far as I'm aware, all showed up to run their thing. And so the big feature is, of course, Jaws. Jaws is the newest pinball machine on the market right now, and so they had this whole Amity Island thing set up. It was really cool. They had a lot of the machines set up, and I mean, everything was set to free play. And just a chance to actually play some pinball. I really don't. I'm not very good at it, and the only place in town here that we have to play pinball really is the District 1 company, and it's about $1. I think it's $1 a play now. And when I'm unfamiliar with even how to kind of bang around on it, it's a lot more fun to basically walk up to a machine and go, oh, I wonder if that's fun. Then be like, oh yeah, I guess that's kind of fun. Pinball is not my thing, but it was kind of neat to give it a whirl at this show and kind of experience the breadth of it, ranging from both the brand new, like the Jaws stuff, all the way back to they had some stuff from the early days, and even had some kind of cool home built ones. Let's see if I can find a picture here. There's a Cuphead one. There was one that was set themed to Dream Daddy, of all things, from like old school references from years ago. Yeah, it was tremendous. There was tournament events. There were a lot of like kind of YouTubers and personalities there who were meeting with fans, and a lot of times they were just there to have fun. They had both kind of a VIP event on Friday. They had this sort of special VIP section on Saturday night, which was just for kind of the industry insiders and the YouTube celebrities and the staff of the show and the people who really have made it what it is, to come and just kind of hang out and just not have to deal with the crowds then, which was it was very cool to be a part of that. Still, it was still working on that one, but that was really, really cool. Actually, working the show was very easy. It's nothing unusual from what I'm already doing at pretty much any Wisconsin Computer Club show. If anything, it was easier because there were a lot of people who were equally experienced who were doing the same kind of thing I am. They're doing a lap around, and every time they see a system that's, stuck in a pause menu or, stuck frozen on something, they're just resetting each console as people are coming and going. So everything is poised and ready to be played with. And so that's been a really cool way to do things, and that's worked out really nice for us. So it was fun to be able to kind of do that and experience that as it was and as it unfolded there. They had actually 2 game rooms, I guess. I'm gonna call it the other game room. They had another room which was run by a podcast called Guys, Games, and Beer, and that's they're kind of I'll hazard to call it a comedy podcast where they talk about video games and other stuff and brews and it's just kind of a guys hanging out kind of show. But they brought an absolutely immaculate spread of retro tech, ranging from very early systems all the way up to much more modern things, and it was very cool to see all that stuff set up and running in their little room. It would have been, I mean, for a lot of events, that would have been a significant game room. That would have been, a showstopper event space for pretty much anything that wasn't, like NBC, where it's even bigger if you go upstairs. So that was cool to see. But yeah, it was a tremendous experience. We got to meet a ton of really cool people, got to network and interface with more people, got to see a lot of the Wisconsin Computer Club people who were there, got to just kind of swap ideas and talk about how other events that we're working on can be made better, how the WCC shows can be made better, how we can improve EverCon, how we can improve LinkCon, how we can potentially launch this other project for the WCC here in the Point, Portage County area. It's pretty darn cool to be able to get a chance to learn how to do things better from a show that is so much older and better established. Like, these guys have been around for, 20, 24, 20, 23 years, 24 years? I mean, they're going on 25 years pretty soon here. And, of course, they've worked out a lot of the kinks. They've had all their ups and downs and all their bumps, and they figured out what works and what doesn't. And to be able to learn from that experience firsthand is really tremendous, very humbling, and to be invited to be a part of the operations of a show of this caliber was very, very cool of them. I'm looking forward to stepping up our involvement. I'd really love to do more things now that I kind of know what I'm doing, because I saw a lot of opportunities where it's like, okay, if we had one of our units here doing this, we could do it this way, or if we did this, we could do it that way. There's a lot of things. I'll have a write-up somewhere on my website about that, though, WisconsinComputerClub.com, but we'll get there when we get there. It's big things brewing. But in the meantime, we have, of course, LinkCon coming up this fall. We have EverCon coming up this next spring in 2025. Man, time is flying fast. And, of course, all kinds of Wisconsin Computer Club events between then and now. And it's going to be great. There's a lot of things that we can do, that we can really expand on what we've already done, and to do things better, to give a better experience to all the people who come to these events, not even just the public, including our club members. So I'm excited for the future, and this has been a tremendous experience on pretty much on all fronts. So I think I've rambled long enough. Thank you all so very much for watching, and have yourselves a tremendous night. Enjoy the rest of the stream.